Good morning, John. Don't love this one. But of course, this could be way worse. I've literally not even experienced anyone being actually mad at me about this, but I'm mad about me about it, so here we go. 7 months ago, I made a video about a book that I found that was trying to become a person by asking me questions. It's called The Book of Good Times. It's just a little book with a lot of questions for me. And through the process of answering the questions in this book, I was reminded of what a tremendous thing it was to be a person. We're gonna break the illusion now. For the first time, actually, there were some people that were actually like, did you actually find a book that was trying to become No. I love when fiction brushes up against reality and you aren't really sure what's going on, even if you know what's going on. You know, I love Kilgore Trout and Peter Van Houten and S. Morgenstern. Also really wanted a tool for myself and others that like blurred the edge of reality a little bit in a way that was constructive rather than destructive, since so much reality is being blurred in destructive ways right now. But also that the book itself was constructive and like brought us out of this. I'm gesturing at my computer. So I had this idea for a long time, and you know this, John, because I emailed you about it first in 2020, and you said you liked the idea, and we started writing it together. We had this book done by 2021, but then there's like 1,000 other things to make a book go from like the words to actual publication, and there was also a great deal of other stuff going on, and it kept getting pushed back more and more and more, and I was getting really frustrated by this. I was like, I have this thing, I want it to be out in the world, it feels like it's more and more necessary every day. And then I got cancer, and that was annoying. And then I finished my treatment, and I was in my like period of time where I was having this I'm not dead, I must do everything year. That was like most of 2024 for me. I was just like, we got to get this thing out into the world. It can't be that hard. Let's just do it. And in fairness, we did do it, and everyone came together to make it happen really fast, and it looks really good. I got a cool map illustrated for the book. A friend of mine did like a great layout for the book. I got websites. I got email addresses. I got a phone number for people to call for one of the prompts. I made a quite complicated video to launch the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter did amazingly. We even shipped everything out perfectly on time, which I've never done with a Kickstarter. But did I execute everything perfectly? Some confusion started trickling in the book. I'm going to try not to spoil this, but there's like a typo in the book that the book references and is necessary for like a part of the book. The book is weird, but you get it. But it turns out the printer of the book automatically fixed the error, so that the typo that's supposed to be there wasn't in the first edition of the book. That's a thing that has been fixed in the second printing, which is available right now, by the way. It was so far only available during the Kickstarter. We have now made a second grouping of the books available, so you can get those now. And that copy has this thing fixed. But then another problem arose. This is like perfect Hank Green ambition in a bottle. I'm like, this must be possible, so I will do it. And then I do it, and then I'm like, I did it, and then it goes away into the ether, and I call it done. And sometimes things take maintenance. So at one point in the book asks you to call a phone number and leave a message at an answering machine. I had this all set up when we launched the book, but I set it up incorrectly so that it wasn't auto-charging me money when people call. And this costs money. It doesn't cost a lot of money, but it costs enough money that I have to pay it. The emails telling me that I wasn't paying my bills were going into my spam folder. And so the company canceled my account and gave that phone number immediately to another company, a shipping company that like runs trucks. And now that company is getting a lot of very weird phone calls. And even worse, we only found out about this like a month or so ago, and we had already printed the second edition. So we fixed the typo, but now we've got a new typo that's in the book, and they come all packaged up and sealed, ready to ship. And so we can't like go in page by page. We'd have to open them all up and throw away all the packaging, and I just don't want to do that. So like the best solution we've come up with is putting a sticker on the packaging to be like, hey, phone number. Here's the actual phone number you should call. Also, if you called the old phone number, I had all those messages, but then they got deleted when I didn't pay my bill. So if you could call it again, that would be great. Or you don't have to, but if you want to, the actual phone number is on the website. But if you're not in the process, it won't make sense and you won't know what message to leave. So don't just do it. Do it as part of the book. I wanted to create like this super immersive experience, and I broke it. I broke it twice. Oh, I also, and this has been fixed, but I also like didn't set up the email address correctly, and so that was bouncing. But now the book receives your emails, and you can send that email whenever you want to the book. And the book enjoys your emails. John, you and I think we just want to do something really weird and interesting and different and like creative in a new way. And I think like a little bit innovative. I don't know. But the weird thing is, even though I like you and I wrote this book together, and I proofread this book, like when I actually went through the process of the book, I still felt myself being immersed in the idea. And so that's why it felt really special and like worth getting out into the world. Anyway, the people who run the shipping company, they seem to be jovial about the whole thing. I feel really bad for them. Please do not, like, if you are aware of the situation, do not call the number in the book. Call the number on the website. It's still a very special project that I am very proud of. And I love to see, like, there are a couple of moments where the book intersects with the larger world and where you are asked to do things that involve the social internet or email. And when that stuff comes in, and it comes in regularly, it's just really special. So thank you to everybody who has purchased this thing. Thank you to everybody who may yet purchase one. They are available right now. There's a link in the description. And since like the immersion still worked on me, a person who like co-wrote and proofread the book, I think that it will still work even with this one thing that is now wrong in the second edition. I don't know how fast they're going to sell out, but they are available now. John, thank you for joining me on this journey and helping me write this book. It's our first co-authored project together, which I think is pretty cool. I hope someday we do another one of those. I think we'd be good at it. And I'll see you on Tuesday.